Hey everyone, this is Nicole Wolfe from Canadian Beats, and I'm joined on the phone with Canadian country music recording artist, all the way from Nashville, Michelle Wright. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us today, Michelle.
My pleasure. Hi, everybody.
Now, we are so honored here at Canadian Beats to be speaking with Michelle today. It was actually just last week, it was announced she's going to be the recipient of the Impact Award at the Country Music Association of Ontario Awards. That's going to be held on June 3rd down in London, hosted by none other than Jason McCoy. Now, Michelle, I wanted to take a moment to fill our listeners in on why we think you're such a deserving candidate for this award. The CMA Ontario Impact Award recognizes an artist, group, industry personality or company, pardon me, that's left an enduring and positive imprint on the landscape of country music in Ontario. Now, you were actually the first Canadian-born artist in the modern era of country music to have a top 10 hit in America. It was with Arista Records in Nashville, Take It Like a Man. I'm sure everybody knows that song. You've won the Academy of Country Music Award Top New Female Award in 93. You've had 25 top 10 radio hits over your career and millions of records sold. Awesome also that you've been inducted into Canada's Country Music Hall of Fame. So, needless to say, you've definitely left your mark, and we are so proud of you for being the winner of this award this year.
Well, it's just, you know, all these, you know, funny, I'm trying to put a sentence together because sometimes it's difficult to uh, sum all that up without just going, wow, really? That was me? Are you sure? But a thrill continues to be a thrill, and I'm honored and just so thankful and having the best time of my life with this music thing. Now the good times are happening.
Absolutely, which was something I'm going to touch on as we move through this conversation. Now, past winners of this award have been Blue Rodeo, Prairie Oyster, Paula Chopik, and Ed Leslie, who are, of course, the producers of Havelock Country Jamboree here in Ontario, and the awesome Gordon Lightfoot. Now, explain to us what it means to be included in such an amazing category of individuals.
Well, there's no doubt that when I looked at all of those previous inductees, I was like, that's pretty cool. I come from a small farm community just down right in at the border of Windsor, a town of 500 people just across the border from the sounds of Motown and all that kind of music that I grew up on, and
Mm-hmm.
grew up listening to my parents playing country music. They had both had bands, and they'd go off on the weekends to play if we weren't working in the fields. And so, as a small town farm girl from Ontario, to have my name anywhere near Gordon Lightfoot's is pretty cool, and I'm
Absolutely.
just thrilled by that.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's so wonderful that Ontario has its awards night of its own. This is our sixth year running with these awards. And as you mentioned, you grew up in southwestern Ontario where country music pretty much naturally is in the blood of most individuals, down there as it is across the country. But I'm thinking of what you were feeling like the day that you found out you were winning this award. How does it compare to finding out that you were a nominee for other award categories? Now you've won like over 40 awards in your career. Does this one hit a little closer to the heart?
Well, there's no doubt that it is very, very special, in particular as an Ontario girl, and just someone who thought just would dream the dream that maybe I could play a few places in Ontario someday. As a kid growing up, well, I wonder if there might be some places here in Ontario where I can play my music. And goodness, almost 40 years later now, I've been able to travel the world, and then to have our own province now finally having an award show that celebrates the music of the great country music that's coming out of Ontario. And it's quite a list of artists, and it continues to be a very impressive group of young artists coming up, and some of us that have been around a little longer. There's quite a list of artists that we should celebrate, and so I'm really thrilled that Ontario has this award show now, and it does hit close to home that I as an Ontario native, am going to be given this award.
Absolutely. Now, as part of winning the award, is there a performance you're going to be doing at the award show?
Yep, yep. I've been recording new music, so I have a new song I'm going to play. It's called "Attitude Is Everything." Attitude is everything. Yeah, that's the song I'm going to do. So I look, it's brand new, and I played it for my fan club party last year here in Nashville, but other than that, it really hasn't been heard. So I look forward to playing it.
Well, I will be in attendance that night and will be absolutely amazed to see the performance. It will be wonderful. Looking forward to it. Now, what does the future look like for you? You've mentioned that, you're kind of moving into a different phase of your, the next chapter. What does that look like for you as move away from the award show, and what have you got going on this summer and perhaps in the next couple years?
Well, I kind of just keep doing what I do, and thank the Lord that there are people that still keep showing up. It's really, on one hand, nothing has changed, and everything just remains the same. In that, every couple of years, I try to make a record, and I try to get a tour, and just so I'm always out there playing and performing at one degree or another. Doing songwriter things or acoustic shows or full band shows or writing songs or in the studio, or all of that remains the same for me. And I'm just so thankful that it does, because I really love this. I just absolutely and always have loved making music and traveling the road and being with my band, and it just gives me such joy to be able to do that. So, on one hand, nothing's changed, and I just keep doing what I'm doing. But on the other hand, I am challenging myself musically, vocally. On this new music that I have recorded, I worked with a wonderful Canadian producer. His name is Bob Funk, and I love his last name. And he's actually the husband of my very, very best friend, Patricia Conroy.
Mm-hmm.
And Patricia's a great artist and songwriter, and just the talent just kind of oozes out of that woman.
Does it ever?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my husband, Bob, is a great producer, and he's been talking to me really for about 10 years now, saying, look, I really want to make some music with you. And I just didn't want to jeopardize our friendship because I love him so much. And sometimes you mix friendship and business, it can get complicated. But I said, listen, okay, let's do this. But I need to be challenged. I need you to really challenge me. And he did, and taught me lots of great things. And I'm just so glad that we got a chance to work together in the studio. And I look forward to making more music with him. So really, to answer your question again, on one hand, nothing's changed, and on the other hand, I just continue to challenge myself to keep making the best music I can for my career.
Absolutely. When you think about all of your accomplishments over your music career, one would wonder, well, how can she top that? But you just always seem to be doing that, and we have no doubt that we will continue to see lots of Michelle Wright, on the radio waves, on social media, at events and festivals, and things to come for many, many more years. So congratulations on your being the recipient of that Impact Award. It's quite an honor.
Certainly is. Thank you.
You're welcome. So thank you so much, Michelle. We won't take up too much of your time today. We just wanted to congratulate you again, and we're so excited to see the award be presented to you down in London on June 3rd. So thank you so much again, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Oh, I appreciate it, Nicole. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Now, this has been Nicole Wolfe from Canadian Beats, and we'll catch you next time.